What's up, guys? And did I get any uglier? It's been a long time here. Yep, still ugly. I've been gone a long time. I left for vacation, and I apologize. Some new stuff happened at work. I moved up a little bit, so I'm a lot more busy. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know if the 4 videos a week is gonna keep happening. We're gonna bump it down a little bit, but we're not gonna go down to 1. We're gonna try. We're gonna see where we're at. Catch up a little speed a little bit. We went on vacation. Before we went, guess what happened? Yukon blew a brake line. We had to run brake line. But to get to that point, we had a wheel bearing go bad. It's the old wheel bearing on the Yukon. Giant pile of garbage. It was super wobbly. You know, you got to open up the caliper, get that off, and install the new one. And then as soon as I hit the brakes to bring it back down, blew a brake line. Replaced it, stayed up a lot of the night. Thank God for Jake Hurd. Jake, you're out there. Love you, buddy. Got that taken care of. Left for vacation. Came back, did a little bit with the 240. Haven't really picked up too much on it. Garage is a freaking mess right now. But we got the dash in. Still haven't put all the pieces back together. Still got to cut out for that handle, the hydro. But today's video is not about the 240. Today's video is some things to look at when buying a new vehicle, because we got a new tow pig, boys. I'm excited about it. I really like it. Gas mileage is not even in the realm of this thing, but it's gonna tow a whole lot better than the Pucon that's outside that door. You know, the 4L60, you know, I put the big tranny cooler on it, put the Corvette servo on it, I put the load leveling shocks on it, I bought the load equalizer hitch, but it still sketched me out pulling super far. I didn't want to trust it too far away from here. I don't know, just the 4L60 super scares me. I've had 2 4L60s go out on me towing trailers, and I wasn't about to have it with the Yukon. You know, it's a really good daily. Then I'm like, you know what? It's time to move up. And I went out and bought something. I went out and bought a new tow pig. So if anybody's looking, the 04 GMC Yukon, 155,000 miles is for sale. You guys wanted me to stop talking because you want to see what I bought and what tips I have for you guys when you're looking at buying stuff and buying one of these, and what stuff to look for. So, alright, let's go outside. I know you want to see it. That's right, I bought me a 2002 Chevy 1500 HD, 6.0, 4L80, perfect interior, 111,000 miles, big ranch hand front grille, rough country, side steps, 0 rust, brand new tires put on in December, heavy duty rear bumper, Tiger tonneau cover. Does have a little bit of an exhaust, doesn't sound, I mean, it's barely even noticeable done. Rust free, 2013 tow mirrors. Now a lot of people, when they buy stuff, they like this whole persona of built not bought. You know, the older you get, the less you really care about that. As long as you could save some money, you want to do that. And you know, this thing has 111,000 miles on it, runs fantastic, no rust, original Texas truck. How you see it's how I bought it. Brand new in December. Cooper Discover ST tires, and I mean, it had the side steps on it already. It had the tow mirrors on it already, the vent visors, and you know, something I never even realized I really wanted, and it took me a while to like it. There's a big ranch hand front grill, or front bumper grill guard combo. They're super expensive. I would never pay for one. You know, it's cool to have one. It has a TrueFlow intake on it. Does have a 5th wheel hitch, and the thing runs and drives super smooth, and you know, I really enjoy it. Whole whopping 8 miles a gallon in the city. So I haven't towed with it yet, so I'm hoping, you know, I'm thinking it's gonna do 8 miles a gallon towing. Haven't had it on the highway yet or anything like that, so I don't know. I'm thinking it's gonna do pretty well. We'll film the rest of this from the heated garage. With the garage door open, yeah, but there, it's getting a little cold outside. You know, Yukon did really well for me. I really do like the Yukon. I'm still a big fan of the Yukon. Issue is, you know, like I said, I hate borrowing trucks, you know, from Jake or anybody like that, to, you know, do your regular truck stuff, throw stuff in the bed, things like that. And, you know, this one popped up. It was a really good deal. I knew I wanted an HD truck, and I definitely wanted gas. I'm not a big diesel fan. And, you know, this one popped up with low miles, and, you know, it was kind of an easy buy for me. Only thing I've done to it is, it needed a pitman, an idler arm, and idler arm bracket. You know, so I bought that, got those done. And, you know, it's a really solid truck for me. I really like it. The driver's seats aren't ripped. None of the leather's ripped. The heated seats work. Runs fantastic, drives fantastic, shifts super smooth. You know, I'm super happy with it, and I got it for a really good deal. I had to buy it, sort of thing, which leads me into, you know, the first thing you want to look at when you're looking at a truck is, if you find one you like, keep looking. Before I found this one, I actually found one. It had 160,000 miles. It's about an hour and a half away, and it had some rust on it. At that point, I knew, you know, every Iowa truck, for what I wanted to spend on an HD, was gonna have rust, and excluding this one, was gonna have rust, and you know, that didn't super bother me. And I found that, you know, 4 days before I bought this one, and I'm like, that's the one I'm gonna buy. So as I kept, you know, looking, every day I looked, every day, even though I had one picked out, every day I kept looking, and you know, this one popped up, and he said it was rust free and everything like that, 111,000 miles, right in my price range. He had it for sale for 3 or 4 hours. Sight unseen, I told him, I'll take it. If it's everything you say it is, I'll take it. And, you know, right when I got off work a little early, went up and picked it up, and I couldn't be happier. Another thing you're going to want to look at when you're getting these is your rust. We're in here in Iowa, you know, your rockers and your cab corners always rust out, and you know, that's something I knew was going to happen, but I wanted to find the least amount of rust possible, and that's what I did. Another thing you're going to want to do is bring a buddy, bring someone who knows what they're doing and knows what they're looking at. Yeah, I consider myself a motor vehicle enthusiast, I guess, but as far as HD truck goes, I didn't know a whole lot, but I do have a buddy, Mitch Frank. If you're watching, thank you so much. He came and looked at it with me, and you know, he approved of it. And another thing you want to look at is the accessories. I mean, stuff that you want on the truck that you don't have to buy because it's going to come with the truck. It doesn't really raise the value by having it on there so much. So, I mean, like I said, there's that ranch hand front, the 13 tow mirrors, and you know, the brand new tires. That's kind of one and of itself, but you know, tires for these get expensive. The bigger your tire you get, the more it gets, and this had brand new tires, so that was kind of a no-brainer for me. This did have the intake on it when I already bought it. Just cleaned out the filter just today, actually, and it had the tonneau cover on it already. And as far as Silverados go, every Chevy has that pitman and idler arm problem, so don't let that deter you from anything. You know, and look for certain signs when you're buying. Look to see that the truck is being used. You know, sometimes if they're letting it sit parked, there's a reason for it. It's not always they got something new. Something I heard today that actually makes a lot of sense is nobody trades in a perfectly good car. Nobody sells a perfectly good car. You know, and this one, you know, the mileage was the big issue with. It was a younger kid that had it, and the mileage was a big issue. You know, he was 16, and he just didn't want to spend that much on gas. Didn't really bother me too much. You know, the Yukon gets, you know, 14. This gets 8. You know, I'm basing that strictly off of in the summer. I haven't had this in the summer, obviously, so I have no idea what this is going to get. You know, we did calculate. I let it run for 15 minutes every day before I run in the morning. So every tank of gas I've done has had 2.5 hours of just idle time on it. So I'm thinking it's actually more in the 12, 11 range, probably 10, 11 range. That's kind of what it's supposed to be from factory. You know, and that's not really going to bother me too much. With a 1500 HD, basically it is a 2500. It's got a different rear gearing and the frame's smaller than on a 2500. And it doesn't have that cool 2500 hood that I really want. Only thing, like I said, I've done to it, idler pitman arm. It did have, on the hood, it had a clear bra on it. You can kind of see the faint line here. I don't know if you can see that, but you can kind of see that faint line. It had that clear bra on it, and it looked like it's been there for a long time. So we got that taken off. That took forever. Got that taken off, buffed it up, tried to fix that line as good as we could. But, you know, obviously, you know, things happen. So that line didn't come out all the way, but I'm still perfectly happy with it. But yeah, I mean, the things you're going to look for is make sure it's being used, not abused. This kid, I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and what I like about purchasing stuff on Facebook Marketplace is I actually looked at that kid's profile for a while and seen if he had any of those stupid flex pictures or anything like that with it. And, you know, it didn't. It looked like he took really good care of it, and, you know, it's a super clean 2002 1500 HD that I'm super happy with. Said and done, it's just a, you know, it's my big boy toy. It's my tow rig. It's my tow pig. It's going to be my new daily driver. You know, I really enjoy the Yukon. I don't know. I want to sell it now, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Sell it? Don't sell it? Keep it? Doesn't cost me anything keeping it here other than what insurance costs me. But, you know, it's been a really solid daily for us. And maybe it's not the smartest thing to get rid of it. I don't know. But, you know, one of these has to sit. And I don't want to let this sit. I mean, this thing's super nice. It runs really perfect. It's, I mean, I love the looks of these older crew cab HD trucks. The wheels look perfect on them. And especially the way this is set up, it just looks so good. And I'm so happy with it. And, you know, this is just kind of it was a V8 with a tow package that I got. This is actually the first daily I've owned that I actually actively hunted and wanted and went for. As far as this went, you know, the first daily I had was a super high mileage Silverado. That thing went really to crap. I had that when I was 16. I had super high miles when I bought it. And then I ended up getting rid of that and getting a red Yukon handed down from my dad. Motor blew in that. Transmission went out first. Then the motor blew. Transmission went out, replaced it, motor blew about a year later. And then this one, you know, when that red Yukon blew up, I just had a daughter. She was, you know, a couple months old at the time. And I had to get something. And this thing popped up and it was super local to me. So, you know, I went and snacked it up that day, the day it blew up. So, but yeah, I mean, this thing, it's everything I've wanted in a truck. It's beautiful, it's rust free, it runs amazing, it's going to tow everything perfectly fine. As some of you guys have seen, I have a big old, it's an old stock car trailer, so it's got that big front walk-in winch. It's a dual 6-bolt axle, so I mean, it's a pretty heavy trailer. So this is going to do everything I need it to do towing wise. Next video, we're actually gonna mix a little two things. We're gonna do the first mod on the truck, and we are going to review a Wish item. So that's right, I actually purchased a Wish radio, Wish from the Wish app. It's $30. You know, I figured for 30 bucks, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's 30 bucks. I've seen some good reviews on it. Don't know if they're real people that reviewed it, but we'll check it out. Hopefully it works out. Till next time, guys. Hopefully you like the 1500 HD. Hopefully you're excited for summer content. I'm ready to get this thing in front of that trailer with this old girl on it. We need to get this thing wrapped up and clean up in here. I mean, it's a freaking hellhole. So, till next time, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. It's not miles per gallon, it's smiles per gallon. That's why this thing is the best mileage possible. And keep on sliding, guys.